Good afternoon, friends. Today is the first class. So in this class we will discuss about the carbohydrate chemistry. So this topic is first year for the BSc and the MSc also, and we will cover the basic idea for the CSIR NET and GATE also. So generally carbohydrates is what? Carbohydrates is the two terms is there. If you see the carbohydrates terms, the carbon and the water hydrate part. So if you see the carbo means carbon and the hydrates means the water. So if we generally the carbohydrate sum is equals the CX and H2O whole Y. This is the general formula of the carbohydrates. Okay. So carbohydrates we can define the carbohydrate definition. Carbohydrate definition is what? The carbohydrate is the polyhydroxyaldehyde or ketone that can be hydrolyzed themselves. Okay, this is the carbohydrate. So if you see the structure such as glucose, what is the structure of glucose? See HO, OH, H, H, OH, OH, H, OH, H, CH2, OH. So this is the polyhydroxy. These are the all of the hydroxy. This is the polyhydroxyaldehyde. So this is called the carbohydrate. And the another term is the polyhydroxyaldehyde or polyhydroxyketone. So this thing is that CH2, OH, C11O, OH, 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 CH2OH, H, H, H. This is the glucose, this is the fructose. So this is the polyhydroxyketone. This group is a ketone and this group is a aldehyde. Aldehyde. And this group is what? This group is the ketone. This group is the ketone and these are the hydroxy group. HYDROXY. This is the hydroxy group. So carbohydrate is what? Carbohydrate is the polyhydroxyaldehyde or polyhydroxyketone that can be hydrolyzed themselves. Okay. If you hydrolyze to yield the themselves, if you hydrolyze of this one, again you will get aldehyde and the hydroxy group. So this is the definition of the carbohydrate. So if we classify carbohydrates, we can classify carbohydrate in 4 categories. Okay. First category is what? The monosaccharide. Monosaccharide. First is the monosaccharide. Okay. Second is the what? Disaccharide. SACHARID. First is the monosaccharide. Second is the disaccharide. Third one is the oligosaccharide. Oligosaccharide. And the fourth is what? Fourth is the polysaccharide. So in this video we will cover the carbohydrate classification, all the topic, and the reducing sugar and the not reducing sugar. Okay. So first part is what? First part is the monosaccharide. So monosaccharide is what? Monosaccharides are the simplest sugar. Monosaccharides are the simplest sugar that cannot be hydrolyzed to themselves. Okay, such as monosaccharide. If the monosaccharide is the simplest monosaccharide is the aldose. If the aldose simplest monosaccharide aldose ALDOAC. Aldose and this type this thing this is the ketose KETOAC. Its aldose is the glyceraldehyde glyceraldehyde. This is aldose. The simplest monosaccharide is the aldose. The aldose is the glyceraldehyde and keto is the dihydroxyketone. This is the simplest monosaccharide unit. Okay, so they are containing the 3 carbon. They are 3 carbon. They are 3 carbon. This called is the triose. Okay, this is called the triose. And then this is the 3 carbon. That's why the containing the 3 carbon. Both of them. And then glyceraldehyde. Then is what? Is erythrose. EROITHROS. Erythrose. and this ketose is the erythrulose, ERYTHRY, erythrulose. This is the erythrose and this is the erythrulose, and this is called the tetrose, TTROAC. This contain this is called what? This is contain the 4 carbon glycerolide and the erythrose. This is the aldose and the ketose is the dihydroxyketone and the erythrulose. And the this again they contain the fifth. This is the 4 carbon. Again fifth carbon is the ribose, RIBOAC. Ribose, aldose is the ribose and the ketose is the ribulose. Ribulose. These contain the 4 carbon, fifth carbon, 5 carbon. Tetrose is the tetrose. This is tetrose. This is the tetrose. This is the pentose. Pentose. Okay. Ribose. And the if contain the 6 carbon, this is the glucose. Glucose and this is the fructose. CTOAC. Fructose. Contain the 6 carbon. This is called the hexose. Okay, so this is the monosaccharide classification. This is the monosaccharide is what? First, monosaccharide is the simplest sugar that cannot be hydrolyzed. Okay. The monosaccharide, the simplest sugar that cannot be hydrolyzed into a simplest sugar. So next time is the disaccharide. So disaccharide is what? Disaccharide is the sugar that can be hydrolyzed into 2 different monosaccharide unit. Okay, so disaccharide containing 2 monosaccharide unit. So this is called the disaccharide. As for example of disaccharide unit is the maltose. Maltose. If you see the structure of maltose, this maltose containing 2 monosaccharide unit. So that can be hydrolyzed from into 2 different or same monosaccharide units. That is the 2 moles of the glucose. 2 moles of glucose. If we hydrolyze of maltose, then we will get 2 moles of glucose. That's why this is called the disaccharide. And the term is the sucrose. SUCROAC. Sucrose. If we hydrolyze of sucrose, then we will get glucose plus fructose. Glucose plus fructose. FRUCTOAC. 1 mole of the glucose and 1 mole of the fructose. So we are getting the 2 mole of this one. Okay. So this monosaccharide unit are containing the this disaccharide unit contain the 2 monosaccharide unit. These are linked via beta glycosidic bond. Glycosidic bond. BOND. So these two unit of the monosaccharide unit are joined by using beta glycosidic bond. If we see the structure of the maltose, so what maltose containing what? Maltose containing the 2 mole of the glucose. So if we see the structure of maltose, see, if you see this is the structure of the maltose. This is the structure of the maltose. Okay, this part is the glucose and this part is the glucose. So these 2 part containing the beta glycosidic. This bond is called the beta glycosidic bond. These 2 molecules conducting by the beta glycosidic bond. Okay, clear? Next part is the what? Next part is the oligosaccharide. Oligosaccharide. Okay, oligosaccharide is what? That containing the that can be hydrolyzed into 3 to 10 of the monomer unit. Okay, if one moles of the one moles of the oligosaccharide, that can be hydrolyzed into 3 to 10 moles of the oligosaccharide unit. As for example is the oligosaccharide is the maltotriose. Maltotriose. This maltotriose is the disaccharide from maltose. This is the maltotriose. Maltotriose, if we hydrolyze of this one, we will get up 3 moles of the glucose. 3 moles of glucose. Okay. Maltose, if we hydrolyze of this one maltotriose, we will get 3 moles of the glucose. Another type is the raffinose. If we hydrolyze of the raffinose, then we will get the glucose plus galactose plus fructose. 3 moles. Glucose plus galactose plus fructose. Okay, this will get 1 mole. This will be 1 mole. This will get 1 mole. So 3 mole of the this monomer unit we will get the raffinose. This is the monosaccharide, and the last term is the polysaccharide. Polysaccharide is what? Polysaccharide is the which hydrolyzed we will get the more than 10 unit of the monosaccharide. More than 10 unit of the monosaccharide. Okay. So this is the polysaccharide. We can differentiate in 2 terms. Is the homopolysaccharide and this is the heteropolysaccharide. This is the homopolysaccharide. Homo and this is the hetero. Homo is what? Homo is the starch cellulose. Starch cellulose. So starch cellulose as a homopolysaccharide. This is the polysaccharide. This comes the homo, and the hetero is what? Gum, agar. This come into the heteropolysaccharide. Okay. Gum, agar is the coming the heteropolysaccharide. So this part complete monosaccharide and all the classification of the carbohydrate. So another thing we will discuss today. We will discuss the reducing sugar and the not reducing sugar. So we can classify the sugar 2 terms. One is the reducing sugar and there is a non-reducing sugar. So reducing sugar is what? So reducing sugar, we can reduce the sugar molecule by using silver ammonium nitrate. This is the silver ammonium nitrate or the filling reagent. Okay. If any sugar is reduced by silver ammonium nitrate, or filling reagent, then this is called the reducing sugar. So all the monosaccharides are the unit the reduced sugar. That's why CHO, OH, H2OH, H. If you reduce by silver ammonium nitrate solution or sodium potassium tartrate solution or sodium potassium tartrate solution, then we can reduce the CHO group into CH2H group. Okay, so that's why these are called the reducing sugar. So reducing sugar, all the monosaccharide are the reduced sugar, as you know, and the monosaccharide, polysaccharide, disaccharide is some of the reduced sugar, some of the not reduced sugar. That's why maltose is the reduced sugar and fructose is the non-reducing sugar. Okay, and the oligosaccharide may be reduced sugar, may not be reducing sugar. Okay. Another term is the non-reduced sugar. reducing sugar. So non-reducing sugar is what? Non-reducing sugar is the which can hydrolyzed by using copper sodium potassium tartrate. This is the structure of copper Ca2K or Ca2Na. Copper sodium potassium tartrate. If you reduce this one by using copper sodium potassium tartrate or silver ammonium nitrate, silver NH3 equal to 3. Silver ammonium nitrate, which Helix solution. If you reduce this one, you cannot reduce by using these two solutions. That is just the non-reducing sugar. As for example, non-reducing sugar is the sucrose. Sucrose is the non-reducing sugar. Okay. So this class up to this one. So in the next class we will discuss the DL system and the pyronones, furanones form, etc. So thank you, tata, bye bye. So subscribe my channel and wait for the next video. Okay, thank you.